Hi everyone, Flora Sage here. Today is a very important day because today is the day that you start to be more mindful of your words. So what do I mean by this? So over the past, decade, I have been sharing my spiritual practice, bits and pieces of it, with all of you on the internet. And one of the things that I see all the time is people cursing themselves and hexing themselves and creating chaos in your life. Hi Kaylee, hi Sandy. And what do I mean by this? Okay, so the title of this video is Spells, Hexes, and Curses. So what you speak could come true. It usually does come true. And I want you to think about this. Hi Viv. I want you to think about, what if everything in your entire verbal library, what if everything were to come true that you were to say? Okay? I want you to think about this. Oh, my feet are killing me. Hello? Really? Okay. Oh, my job, it's just a pain in the butt. Okay, you got a pain in your butt now. Okay, seriously, I want you to think about the words that you say. Hi, Tara. Hi, Crystal. Think about all the words that you say. Think about the thoughts that you're thinking. Think about the feelings that you're putting out to the universe. And think about, what if all of that were to come true? And I want you to be really mindful today, tomorrow, the next day, over the next couple weeks. I want you to think about, what if everything I were to think and say, specifically say, were to come true? How would that impact my life? How would that impact my day? And if I don't want what I have just said to come true, what can I now say instead? Or what can I say instead? All right, so really think about this, because this is the thing, this is a practice that when you put this into place, or if you put this into place, hang on, I need to get a drink of water. If you put this into place, you will start to see a marked shift and change in your life right away. So, years ago, I taught this in my Year in a Day program. I still do. It's still a very active program. And this is the very first lesson that I teach everybody. Everybody. Besides question everything, that's a whole nother class. But what you think, what you speak, more importantly, what you speak, will come true. We live in a law governed by vibration. Okay? And the vibrations of your words ripple out to the universe and come back to you. Oh, my feet are killing me. Oh, my boss is such a jerk. Blah, 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 blah. You know, think about all these negative things that you're putting out there. Oh, I never have enough money. The holidays are always so stressful. I'm always so busy. I never have enough time. My partner doesn't support me. Think of all of this stuff. And when you say it, what you're doing is you're naming and claiming it. I'm so tired of this. So look at your energy level. Are you tired? I'm so sick of this. Are you sick? Really be mindful. Think about all these things that you say. And then ask yourself, okay, how can I shift these? How can I flip them into being what I actually want? The holidays are always so fun and exciting. I always have more than enough money for everything that I need, want, and desire. I am done putting up with this. Instead of, I'm so sick and tired of this behavior, I am done putting up with this. This is no longer part of my life. So what I want you to do today, what I recommend that you do, is to write down all of your phrases that you typically say. Oh, I'm sick and tired of my work. I never have enough money. My partner never supports me, yada, yada, yada. Write it all out. Write it out. And actually see what it is that you're saying. And then ask yourself, how can I flip this? How can I switch it so that I now can get what I really, truly want? And then notice, when you flip your dialogue, then all of a sudden you can say, okay, I'm done putting up with this. Okay, perfect. Now what's going to happen? I love the holidays. I always have so much time for everything that I want to do. Yay! Yes, Crystal says, reframing for the win. Absolutely. So give yourself permission to write everything out and be mindful and pay attention to what you say. So often we kind of unconsciously move through our day, but you don't have to do that. You don't have to. You can choose to be mindful of your words, and you can choose to bring in a new reality. So that is my recommendation for you today, is to be mindful of your words. Write down everything that you know that you habitually say and flip it, and consciously work to shift your internal dialogue. Flip the switch, flip the script of what you say. And if somebody says, oh my God, I'm so busy, I never have enough time, a lot of the times people end up going, I hear ya. Okay, you just agreed. You just agreed with that. So you can say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. You don't have to agree to be kind of in that dialogue. You can say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Or you can just not make any verbal, agreement with it. Because, some people make the nonverbal agreement like, that's still agreeing. So you can choose to just not even make any type of connection with that, and you can just block the energy. You can just say, oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Or you can say, oh, well, I haven't had that experience. And you can start to shift it in your personal realm with your tribe of people and say, I have more than enough time for everything that I need to do, or everything that I want to do. And start to challenge the status quo in your life. Now, I guarantee you, when you do this, you will start to see a shift. You will start to see improvement in your life. So let's see who we have here. If you have a script that you are usually saying and you want help from me to flip it, go ahead and put it in the comments below. We'll stay on for about a minute or so. Kaylee says, good morning. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Viv. Hi, Tara. Hi, Crystal. Viv said, I just had a realization similar to this topic, self-fulfilling prophecy. I was super sabotaging myself. Yes, that is something that we frequently do. Crystal says, right on point. Thank you for sharing this. You're very welcome. Crystal says, reframing for the win. Tris says, good morning, Flora. Good morning. Sandy says, negative attracts negative. Yes. Natalie, good morning. Hi, Miguel. Yay! So we have, oh, hang on. Susan says, what about I don't know what to do? You can say, it's coming to me. I know what to do, but it's just not right here yet. It's coming to me. Or I know an idea is going to pop into my head at any moment. Okay? So start to really entertain the idea of, oh, I wonder what I could do about this. I wonder what I could do about that. So instead of saying, I don't know, just say, I wonder what I could do with this. Or I know something is coming. I know a solution is coming to me. Okay? Chloe says, thank you. I needed this. I was just griping about what to go spend the day with my son and high school because of the naughty behavior. Instead, I'm going to see this as an opportunity. Oh, I can't see the rest of your comment. I do apologize. Good. Yes. Well, and that's just the thing, is that what a beautiful opportunity to be able to connect and spend extra time with your son. I mean, hello, isn't that awesome? Because we only have a limited amount of time with our kids before they leave the nest and go do their own thing. So I always find it just awesome, whatever kind of behavior is going on. I love being able to just chill and hang with my kids. So yes, it's a very cool thing to be able to have the opportunity to do that. Yay! So if you have a script that you'd like to flip, go ahead and post it in the comments below, and I will check it out. Whoop. And I will help you with that. Yay! But yes, this is something that I highly recommend everyone do, especially during the holidays. I mean, of course, I think this is a practice that everyone should do all the time. It's interesting, whenever my friends and I get together and one of us says something negative, we always say, cancel that. No, how can we flip that? And we see the opposite. Brooke says, what about family interactions you need to survive rather than thrive in? Start to shift how you think about it. There's family interactions, and this was me for a long time in my family interactions when I was still hanging out with a certain section of my family, which was very negative, I just didn't entertain the ideas. I mean, if I had to sit there, I would put my arms in front of my chest to block the energy. I would, if they would say, oh, so-and-so, and they would do, bitch about politics or whatever, I would just listen. I wouldn't nod. I wouldn't agree with them in any way, especially if I didn't agree with them. If they wanted my comment, I would say, yeah, I don't comment on politics. I don't talk about politics with anybody. That's a personal thing for me. And they say, yeah, but what's your opinion about this? And I'm like, no, I'm not going to share my opinion. And so you can choose to keep your opinion to yourself. You can choose to not entertain the idea. And you can also just challenge the status quo. You can say, like if somebody's complaining about, like the politics or something, you can find something positive about the economy or about what's going on. And you could say, well, this is good and this is good or this is good. But again, you don't have to be engaged in the conversation. You can just choose to observe and recognize how what you're observing is impacting you and how you can also learn from what you're seeing. Because a lot of people they speak so unconsciously that they're not aware that they're just exacerbating the situation and creating a giant mountain out of what really is a molehill by how they are speaking and thinking and feeling and expressing about a specific topic or viewpoint and whatnot. Julie says, I have a black hole in my family and this is helpful. Perfect. Well, and then also one of the things that you could do as well is if somebody is saying like, okay, I was actually just recently at a reunion and there was someone who is a little bit interesting, I would say. And we were talking about, what I did for a job and whatever. And then he goes, yeah, well, what if you're wrong? And I was like, what do you mean, what if I'm wrong? He's like, well, what if the way that you're living is wrong? And then I said, well, I don't want to be right. And he goes, yeah, but what if what you're doing is just like, and he just kept saying that. What if it's just so wrong? And I'm like, then I don't want to be right. Do you have another question you want to ask me? Because you keep asking me the same question. And then that kind of shut him down. But, sometimes people try to pick fights. And you can choose to not be triggered. You can choose to stop and say, do you have another question you want to ask me? Because I've already answered this question. You know what I mean? So, but again, you don't have to entertain the idea of a negative or black hole or black vortex of death. You're like, oh, there's no winning with this person. It's not about winning or losing. It's about how you feel, and it's about feeling good, and it's about choosing words that bring into your reality what it is that you want. And now some people say, well, yeah, then you're just basically putting your head in the sand and ignoring all the bullshit or ignoring all the stuff. No, you're just choosing not to dwell on it so much that it's going to ruin your dinner or it's going to ruin your life or it's going to ruin your day. You're choosing to say, okay, this is what it is, and not attach any particular meaning to it. This is what it is. And you see it with neutral detachment, and you say, okay, this is part of the world. Okay, what can I do in my life to create a better reality for myself? And again, you can choose to say, oh, I have more than enough time to get everything that I want to do finished. I always have more than enough of money for everything that I need, want, and desire. I'm always very productive in my day. I'm always very focused. Anything that you find that you have these negative scripts running in your mind and these negative things that you have, like I was just actually on the phone with somebody, and she was like, life is so hard. And she just kept saying it's so hard. And there's always one thing after another. And I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. And it was so heavy, like literally it was almost suffocating. And I was like, oh, okay, I got to get off the phone now. I got to go. And it was suffocating. And I just couldn't be on the phone with that person because that is not my reality. My reality is the better it gets, the better it gets. And we can choose to clear the bullshit in our life. We can choose to be able to see what we want. But the negative, when you start down that spiral of negativity, it's challenging to move out of that. But you can choose to say, that's not my experience, and I'm very sorry that that's what you're experiencing. Julie says, what I meant by the black hole is that she is a Debbie Downer, and with nothing nice or positive to say, she tends to, suck the happiness out of every situation. Well, again, you could shut her down. You can just, you could say, if she's just like, oh my God, my life sucks, you could say, oh, how so? and have her reiterate, or just have her, well, maybe her life sucks, maybe her job sucks, maybe she's in ill health or something. You could say, wow, so what are you going to do about it? And you could ask her, what are you going to do about it? Because sometimes that's all people want to do is complain. And when they complain, again, yes, like you said, it's that Debbie Downer. It's like that black vortex and hole of just like, you know. And you can choose to say, yeah, no, I'm not going there. Nope. And you can choose not to entertain the idea. Tank wants out. I need to pull the door open. It's not opening from this side. Tank, you need to go downstairs, sweetie. So, yeah, and so you could choose to just say, wow, I'm really sorry to hear that. Why don't you tell me more about it? And let her talk about it. Because obviously, most of the time, the people that are so focused on the negativity, a lot of the times they feel like they don't have anybody to really hear them out. And so you could say, wow, why don't you tell me about it? And genuinely be interested in her reality. And then after she's done complaining, you can say, so what are you going to do about it? And see what happens. And most of the time, the people that complain like that, they don't want to take action. They don't want to do something. They feel like, well, this is the hand I'm given and that's it. And you can show them or pose the question, so what are you going to do about it? And see, you know, show them that they do have an opportunity to take action, and they do have the opportunity to shift how they're thinking and speaking and being, and you can be a shining example of that. You can say, well, you know, I had that problem once in the past and this is what I did to fix it. But sometimes, like I said, those people just are stuck in their ways, and that's okay. But you can choose to not entertain. You can choose to not even speak with that person. But if you do have to speak with that person, or you do want to speak with the person, you could just say, tell me more about it. Because more than likely, you know, they feel like they're not being heard. And then you can also ask them, so what are you going to do about it? And, or, you know, what are your plans to change this? And see what they say. And that, my friends, I know is going to be a very interesting conversation because I've had that conversation before. And a lot of the times when you ask them that, it makes them stop and they're like, what? Well, you just told me how bad your job is. What are you going to do about it? Do you have plans of finding a new job? Are you actively looking for a new job? Well, no, I can't quit because I don't, you know, I need money for bills and all this other stuff. Okay, so you can look for a new job. You can look for a different job, you know, and you can start to see the excuses, or you can start to see that spark of inspiration like, I never thought that I could look for a new job. So it's really quite interesting what happens with that. Mimi says, people ask me how I'm doing, and if I say great, then something goes very wrong to that question. How can I block that? First, you can start shifting how you're thinking about when people ask you how are you doing, and you say, I'm doing great. You can shift how they choose to perceive it. You can say, whenever I say I'm great, people are totally down with that or whatever. So yeah, so you didn't specifically say how it goes very wrong to that question, but just start shifting how you are, basically your expectations or your preconceived notions on how people are going to respond when you say great, okay? Because a lot of the times people ask, hey, how are you doing? It's just kind of a social convention where we just kind of ask that, and people say, oh, I'm doing good, and they don't really want to know. And you can say, do you really want to know? And then you can say, I'm actually doing really fabulous. I've had a really kick-ass day today. Thanks for asking. I really appreciate it. You know, and so you can just say, do you really want to know? Or, you know, but choose to view the people that you are answering that to, view them as being open and receptive to how great of a day that you've actually had, instead of always thinking, oh my God, they're going to think I'm a jerk because I'm rubbing in their face that I've had a great day. You know what I mean? So, all right, well, that's all the time we have for today. Remember, be mindful of your words and ask yourself, if everything I were to say today and for the rest of my life were to come true, would I utter the words that I utter today? Would I say, oh, my back is killing me, my feet are killing me, I never have enough money, the holidays are always so stressful, my partner never supports me? Or would you start to say, My back is a little tight, I think I'm going to stretch. My feet are tired, I need to relax a little bit, or I want to relax a little bit, or I always have the perfect amount of time for everything that I want to do. I'm always really focused during the day. I'm always so productive. I love the holidays because I get to see my family, I get to hang out with them. It's so amazing. So start to flip the switch. Start to really shift how you view what you say, and start to be more mindful of what you say, how you say it, why you say it, and those people in your life that are those like virtual black holes of negativity and, you know, pessimistic attitudes or whatever. You can choose to shut it down. You can choose to just not even respond. You can also choose to challenge the status quo and say, well, what are you going to do about it? And see what happens in your life. And I can guarantee you're gonna have some amazing conversations that you never would have had before. And you're also gonna start to experience a lot more joy and happiness in your life. All right, I love you all, and I will see you back here very soon. Mwah. Bye.